This time, we will be discussing the RPMS PPST performance objectives, indicators, and means of verification for school year 2021-2022 of the highly proficient teachers or teachers having an item of Master Teacher 1, 2, 3, and 4, respectively. For Master Teachers, objective number 1, modeled effective applications of content knowledge within and across curriculum teaching areas. So the means of verification is through a classroom observation tool rating sheet. Pwede siyang observation of synchronous teaching. If wala ang synchronous teaching, pwede siyang gumawa ng recorded video lesson or audio lesson that is SLM-based or MELC-based. And then, if hindi available pa rin ang 1 and 2, observation of a demonstration teaching via LAC with proof of attendance of colleagues. So, pag nagpa-observe itong si Master Teacher, dapat ay may proof of attendance na mga colleague na nakapag-attend sa classroom demonstration niya. Objective number 2, evaluated with colleagues the effectiveness of teaching strategies that promote learner achievement in literacy and numeracy learning process. So, means of verification, any supplementary materials in print or in digital format may be the rating and used in the lesson delivery that highlights teaching strategies that promote learner achievement in literacy and numeracy. Ano yung mga supplementary material? Activity sheets, one lesson plan from self-learning module, lesson plan, maybe it is a DLP, a DLL, WHLP, WLP, WLL, lesson exemplars, and the likes. Video lesson, audio lesson, other learning materials, digital format that needs to be specified and be provided with annotations. With minutes of focus group discussion with fellow mentors or minutes of coaching and mentoring session with teachers that show evaluated teaching strategies that promote learner achievement in literacy and numeracy. With that MOV, kailangan siyang makakuha ng minutes ng FGD with mentors or yung minutes ng nagko-coach at nagme-mentor siya ng fellow teachers niya that shows evaluated teaching strategies. Objectives 3, 4, 5, and 6 comes with same means of verification. So number 3, modeled and supported colleagues in the proficient use of mother tongue, Filipino, and English to improve teaching and learning. So as well as to develop learners' pride of their language, heritage, and culture. Objective number 4, displayed a wide range of effective verbal and nonverbal classroom communication strategies to support learner understanding, participation, engagement, and achievement. For objective number 5, exhibited effective strategies that ensure safe and secure learning environments to enhance learning through the consistent implementations of policies, guidelines, and procedures. And for objective number 6, exhibited effective practices to foster learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. These objectives can be shown through a classroom demonstration. So, ang means of verification niya is the result of the classroom observation tool, but with proof of attendance of colleagues. So, same process pa rin. Kung may synchronous teaching, doon siya magpapa-observe. Kung hindi available ang synchronous teaching sa school, pwede siyang magpa-observe gamit ang recorded video and audio lesson that is SLM-based and MELC-aligned. If di pa rin possible si option 1 and 2, papunta siya sa observation through a classroom demonstration teaching via learning action cell. So, with proof of attendance of colleagues. For objective number 7, worked with colleagues to share successful strategies that sustain supportive learning environments to nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. So the means of verification are any supplementary materials made by the ratee and used in the lesson delivery that highlights successful strategies that sustain supportive learning environments that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. So through any material that highlighted this objective number 7, that highlights this objective number 7, it can be used as MOV. Activity sheets, one lesson, lesson plan, video lesson, audio lesson, and other learning materials. Make sure that you have the minutes of focus group discussion with fellow mentors, or you have to choose between the two, minutes of FGD or minutes of coaching and mentoring session with teacher that shows strategies for increased learner participation, cooperation, and collaboration. For objective number 8, model successful strategies and support colleagues in promoting learning environments that effectively motivate learners to work productively by assuming responsibility for their own learning. The means of verification, again, any supplementary material made by the ratee that highlights, again, successful strategies in promoting learning environments and so on and so forth. That includes, again, activity sheets and one lesson plan, or one lesson from self-learning module, video and audio lesson, and other learning materials in print, digital format, and whatsoever. But of course, the teacher should always attach it with minutes of focus group discussion from mentors or minutes of coaching and mentoring session with teachers that details support given to them in motivating learners to work productively by assuming for their own learning. So it should be stated in the minutes. For objective number 9, assisted colleagues to design, adopt, and implement teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talent. So, there are two sets ang pagpipilian ni teacher ngayon as to what means of verification he or she will be attaching. For set A, so yung COT rating sheet, yun pa rin, but with proof of attendance of colleagues. Or set B, mag-a-answer si teacher ngayon ng teacher reflection form on assisting colleagues in designing, adopting, or implementing teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, plus a certification from the school head that the rated classes have no identified learners with disabilities, giftedness, or talent. So the master teacher will choose now from set A and set B kung ano ang kanyang MOV na i-attach under objective number 9. Objective number 10, developed and applied teaching strategies to address effectively the needs of learners from indigenous groups. So, dalawang sets pa rin. Set A, magsi-COT with proof of attendance of colleagues. And set B, magsasagot si teacher ng teacher reflection form or TRF na ipapakita natin later with certification from the school head that the rated classes have no identified learners from indigenous groups. For objective number 11, work collaboratively with colleagues to evaluate the design of learning programs that develop the knowledge and skills of learners at different ability levels. So means of verification includes new and improved design of learning programs, detailed recommendations on a design of learning programs, synthesis of the evaluation of the learning programs, own evaluation of existing learning programs. So, dapat magde-design si teacher ng new or improved pa na mga learning programs all for the students of the school. For objective number 12, worked collaboratively with colleagues to analyze and utilize assessment data to modify practices and programs to further support learning progress and achievement. So the MOVs, accomplish LAC plan anchored with the school LAC plan, Annex 1 of the DepEd Order number 35 series of 2016, to analyze and utilize assessment data to modify practice and or program to further support learner progress and achievement with any one used in the implementation of the LAC plan. Any one. Minutes of LAC-less session on the analysis of assessment data. Pwede ding any proof of collaborative review of learner assessment data. Pwede siyang lesson plan with accomplished part 6, reflection and index of mastery or test item analysis. Pwede ding list of identified least mastered skills based on frequency of errors and correct responses. And then intervention, remediation, enhancement, or enrichment plan. Next is any proof of collaborative review of intervention materials developed for remediation or enhancement. Ito na yung SIM, Strategic Intervention Material. Accomplished report of intervention, remediation, enhancement, enrichment activities, and others. For objective number 13, reflected on the evaluated learning environments that are responsive to community contexts. So the MOVs are synthesis of evaluation of a program, a project, or an activity that maintains the learning environment responsive to community contexts. Number 2, the minutes of consultative meetings with parents, other external stakeholders on programs, projects, and or activities that maintain a learning environment, highlighting the evaluations made with proof of attendance. Number 3, minutes of focus group discussion with teachers on a program, project, and activity that maintains a learning environment. And number 4, survey on programs, project, activities that maintain a learning environment. For objective number 14, discussed with colleagues teaching and learning practices that apply existing codes, laws, and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. MOVs, the minutes of LAC and professional meetings to discuss the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers and the reviewed annotated evidence of practice of colleagues. Number 2, minutes of LAC session or professional meetings to discuss the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers and the reviewed personal reflection notes of colleagues. Number 3, professional meetings to discuss the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. And number 4, the activity proposal, the Learning Action Cell Plan to discuss the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. For objective number 15, exhibited commitment to and supported teachers in the implementation of school policies and procedures to foster harmonious relationship with learners, parents, and other stakeholders. The MOVs are evaluation report on the implementation of school policies, procedures, or minutes of subject area or grade level meetings or professional meetings on evaluating school policies and procedures. Number 2, the minutes of subject area or grade level meetings or professional meetings on the implementation of progress of school policies, procedures, and provide at least 2 to show discussion held. And number 3, the minutes of subject area or grade level meeting or professional meeting on disseminating information and implementing school policies and procedures. You have to provide at least 2 to show discussions held. And number 4, the proof of implementation of school policies and procedures. For objective number 16, manifested a learner-centered teaching philosophy in various aspects of practice and support colleagues in enhancing their own learner-centered teaching philosophy. So the MOVs for this objective, sample lesson plan of colleagues with annotation about enhancing their learner-centered teaching philosophy. So yung lesson plan ng colleague nyo, lagyan nyo ng annotation na nag-enhance ng learner-centered teaching philosophy ni teacher. Number 2, the minutes of LAC sessions about enhancing teachers' learner-centered teaching philosophy through lesson lesson planning. Number 3, the LAC plan that details supporting teachers enhancing their teaching learner-centered teaching philosophy through lesson planning. And number 4, the lesson plan exemplar used during a learning action cell session. So, master teachers, we need to have a LAC session about enhancing teachers' learner-centered teaching philosophy. So, maglalak tayo ng ganito at gawa tayo ng isang lesson plan exemplar to be used in that activity. For objective number 17, identified and utilized personal professional strengths to uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession to help build a positive teaching and learning culture with the school. The means of verifications are, number 1, performance coaching and mentoring form, or the PMCF, showing guidance given to teachers and remarks in terms of upholding the dignity of teaching. Number 2, the documented feedback from superiors, colleagues, learners, parents or guardians or other stakeholders directly reflecting to the teachers or the ratees good practices that uphold the dignity of a teaching as a profession. So, kailangang makadocument tayo ng feedback mula sa iba't ibang klase ng stakeholders. Number 3, the annotated evidence of practice indirectly linking to the upholding of the dignity teaching as a profession, just like the screenshots of text messages, chat, email, or any form of communication with the parents and guardians. Number 2, remarks from superior or school head about one's personal professional qualities. Number 3, the recognition of the school and school community about one's qualities. And number 4, the personal notes on one's personal professional strengths. So meron tayong gagawin na personal notes sa personal professional strengths natin. For objective number 18, reflected on the Philippine professional standards for teachers to plan personal professional development goals and assist colleagues in planning and achieving their own goals. MOVs ay yung updated IPCRF and DP from phase 2 of the cycle. Number 2, the mid-year review form. Number 3, the performance monitoring and coaching form. Number 4, the IPCRF DP. And number 5, the certification from the ICT coordinator or the school head or the focal person in charge of the electronic self-assessment tool and IPCRF DP. And for the last objective, number 19, perform various related works, activities that contribute to the teaching learning process. Ito na yung sinasabing plus factor. Any proof that the master teacher, 1, served as facilitator or speaker, 2, served as demonstration teacher, served as a member of the technical working group, served as OIC in the absence of the principal, represented the principal in meeting and conference, observed classes of teacher 1 to 3, assisted the school selection committee in the evaluation of credentials when hiring or promoting teachers, served in a committee, served as advisor to co-curricular activities, served as coordinator or chairperson, authored, contributed to a book or journal, coached and mentored learners in competitions, mentored pre-service or in-service teachers, and others. So that would be the objectives of the highly proficient teachers or the master teacher 1, 2, 3, and 4 teacher for RPMS school year 2021-2022. Thank you.